All right, greetings from the Survival Pod. This is Freedom Phil, and what's the topic? As a society, are we going to get to that point one day where other oddities have become so natural that one day the oddity of OnlyFans mothers is going to become something like, oh yeah, my buddy's mom was one of those. Who knows? Maybe I'll live long enough to see that happen, to see that come to fruition, where like, yep, I mean, there it is, you know? And they're like, well, what do you mean? By the way, Freedom Phil, like, subscribe, let's get into it, and always turn up the video speed. Why do I say that? Because why not watch videos faster? I mean, that's enough motivation for me. I don't want to sit around waiting for, some guy has a video that's an hour. Why not watch it 2 times the speed, make it a half hour? Yeah, Freedom Phil, like, subscribe, let's get into it. Back to the OnlyFans moms. What is that going to be like? What is it going to be like divorces back in the day? You guys remember that? I was born in 1980, so there was a time that the religious right was still in power, and if you were a single mom, divorcee, it was kind of greasy, and that was something that was going on. Marriages weren't lasting. No-fault divorce became a reality, a thing. And we slowly adjusted to this new reality, this new strategy of life, to the point where now, if your parents aren't divorced after so many years, you're now the weird one, people, another example is people living horrifically in debt, never having a house paid off in their lives. No retirement, no nothing. That's fucking normal. Doing stupid things like that are normal. And I think back prior to like the OnlyFansification of women. And of course, there were the slut walks. There were the, my body, my choice, which is funny because ladies, by the way, if it's really your body, your choice, why can't you just sell sex? Like, take away the whole stigma of it. Why can't you just sell sex? Oh, wait, because the government doesn't want to let you do that. It is not your body if they can tell you you can't sell sex. But you can go online and show your chocolate starfish to everybody. And by the way, there's that. It's like this weird titillation when it comes to some OnlyFans people. Where these women, I'm a good Christian woman. Bitch, please. If you were a good Christian woman, by the way, if there was a God, you'd probably catch on fire. I'm not kidding about that. If God really existed, you'd probably catch on fire. And the reason I say that is that I don't know if you've read the Old Testament or even the New Testament. God is not a very loving person when you fuck up. What's kind of crazy is there's so much porn out there that you can remember back in the day when a chocolate starfish was a starfish. Now you're seeing a lot of women and everything else, trans, whatever, surf it, whatever. And more likely you'll see this with the trans people because obviously where their chocolate starfish looks not like a starfish, but a slit. Because you've been doing some shit with that beehole. Lord knows your pussy's probably... Shit, don't worry about squeezing out a baby, honey. You've been fucking things that aren't like butt plugs. You've been fucking things that are literally like... she took the road cone challenge. And she won. I remember one time I saw this woman who took like the whole pole of a toilet plunger up her ass. And I don't know if there was some magic trick like the disappearing fucking plunger. She took that thing all the way up. That was a regular size wooden plunger. There's a lot of shit I've seen. I've never forgotten that one. And that was an oddity back in the day. You remember way back in the day, magazines, the greasy porno store. And there was like VHS at first, and then eventually it became DVDs. Oh, DVDs are great too, weren't they? That A/B function, you find that one clip of the fucking nastiest shit that you're into, and you get to see that over and over and over again. And you look at it, and you're like, then came along the digital world. The digital world where slowly but surely everything you can imagine, everything you can fucking imagine is now there. And your mother, and who knows, maybe even your father, was all doing it. You'll see, that'll be something different right there. People are going to be like, your mother was on OnlyFans? Oh, well, yeah, I know a guy. Yeah, one of my buddies, a cousin of mine, or my buddy down the street, his mother was on OnlyFans. But wait till it turns out, oh, wait, your dad was a trans dude back in the day. And there was no chocolate starfish. That was a slit. That was a bussy. Straight up. But there's a lot of nasty shit you can do, but one of your friends shows up, and it'll be less shocking than before, just like divorce. It's not even shocking anymore. Oh, that happens. Move on with your life. But what happens when they show up? And they show you the video of your mom taking the road cone challenge up the beehole. Or even worse, your dad. Will that have enough weirdness to it in the future? Will that be weird enough to where there's kind of that stripper level shame that we used to have if your mom was a stripper? Hell, if you go far enough back, if your mom was just playing the field back in the day, back during the reign of the religious right, your mother's a nasty whore. At least in the 90s and the early 2000s, your mom actually had to be a nasty whore to be a nasty whore. But with the OnlyFansification of God knows how many women and probably some twinks out there, that's going to be the conversation. Oh, is that your dad? And it's like, the fucking trans version, twink version of your dad. And you're like, like Hank Hill freaking out. Oh, fuck. I gotta wonder, is fucking depraved as our world is becoming, our country? Will the road cone challenge even shock anybody? Or will that just be like an old episode of Jerry Springer, where you just kind of watch it for 10, 15 minutes, just, because you're like, oh yeah, the early 2000s. Boy, that was something else. That was something else back then. Oh, there you go. I was waiting for. But yeah, no, man. No. One day, it'll be the casual conversation about OnlyFans moms. Did she have a starfish or a slit for an asshole? Freedom Phil, like, subscribe, take it easy.